Okay, you all, I'm a little, a couple of minutes here. Probably, I thought I was in the black, but it looks like I was live anyway. Let me welcome you all here. I'm Dr. Nuriddin. As always, we're looking to share something with you of value that you can use in your lives immediately here this afternoon. I am amazed, though, at how some of us have been educated. We've gotten PhDs and doctor's degrees and master's degrees, and we've got engineering degrees, and we've got all different types of degrees, but we don't know anything about our health. And we suffer, even though, you know, your income may be good, but your health is bad. And you've been trying to figure it out for quite some time, and you haven't been able to figure it out. And staying in the dark is not going to help you. But some of the habits that you have are problematic for you. Many of them habits that you have won't allow you to stretch yourself to find the information that you need in order to improve your health. And there's some basic things really that you need to understand. Now, there are some things that you don't know at this particular point that I'm going to share with you today. Or possibly you do know these things, but you're just not acting on these things because your paradigm is getting in the way. Sometimes it's our arrogance. Sometimes it's our false pride. Sometimes we just don't want to listen and pay attention to good advice. Sometimes we think we know it when we don't. And all these are problematic for us. And it's not until we literally humble ourselves and start to recognize that nobody knows everything about anything. It's not until then that we start to make some progress in life. We open up ourselves to new ideas and concepts. And I'll tell you, the pre-existing stock of ideas that you have right now have to be changed. And the only way that you can change them is bring some new ideas in from an emotional standpoint to produce the change. Let's talk here for a few minutes here, first of all, about some laws that's governing throughout the heavens and the earth. They affect all of us. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them play themselves out at times in our lives. And most all of them have some type of effect. Let's first take the law of accident. This is a law. All of us are affected by this law. We all have minor accidents or major accidents. Well, what is an accident? An accident is two lines crossing one another at a time, particularly when we have no idea why and when they're crossing one another. Here's a man standing on the bus stop next to a building, and God forbid that this happens to anyone that I'm talking to today. And there's a brick on top of the building, and that brick falls off the building and hits the man. The man is on one line, the brick is on another line. While that brick fell, we don't know. We just said it was an accident. Or one car is coming in one direction, the other one's coming in another direction, and they collide with one another. You say, why did it happen? We don't know. We just say it was an accident. That's one law. There's another law called luck. We're familiar with it. People play the lottery every day. God forbid that it's you, because the odds are so against you that you may never win. Or you're at the gaming table and you're throwing the die, and the dice is going to fall a certain way based on how many times you throw the dice. This is luck. Some people try to live by luck. Most people don't. It's not enough certainty to it to put our complete trust in it. So we shy away from it. But there are others that think that, oh, I can be lucky. And sometimes you do be lucky. And luck really touches all of us at some particular point. Something just happens and we say, well, I was lucky. Or something happened to someone else, it didn't happen to you, and you thought that it could have happened to you, but it didn't happen to you, so you say, I was lucky. Others might say, I was blessed. Others may say, I was fortunate. But luck is a law. Then there's another law. There's a third one. It's the law of fate. Fate is based on type. If we know what your type is, we know what your fate is. We look at behavior, and behavior tells us about type. The type of behavior that we see being exhibited is going to ultimately lead to a fate. It's going to lead to an outcome. So we can look at circumstances that are in front of us and say what the outcome is going to be, because fate is a law also. Now, this fourth law, which is the most important of them all, is one that we should be really conscious of and aware of all the time and everywhere. And that's the law of cause and effect. It says, you do a thing, you get a result. You do a thing, expect the result. The law of expectation comes into play here because you're doing particular things that you know will lead to particular results. This is cause and effect. As I started off talking, it amazes me how some of us cannot make direct connections between our health, the good part of our health, and the bad part of our health. Why we have good health, why we have bad health. We can't make the connection between foods that we consume and how those foods affect our health. Diabetes, hypertension, inflammation, insulin resistance. I mean, we can go on. Autoimmune disorders. These are affects from some cause. And in most times, the cause are related to consumption. What are we eating? What are the foods that we're eating? What do statistics tell us? What does dietitians tell us? What do naturopaths tell us? What do allopaths tell us? What do doctors tell us about the food chain today? What do they tell us about our health and nutrition? What are they saying are the primary cause to these effects that I just shared with you? Diabetes, hypertension, autoimmune disorders, insulin resistance, inflammation. Major factors when we start talking about the problems that people are suffering from. But why can't we see that it is the food chain? That's the major culprit. Now, there are some other things, because we live in the world today where we have electricity and electromagnetic organisms working around us, and that's affecting our health to some degree. But for the most part, it's about what we're putting in our mouths. For the most part, it's about what's going on in the kitchen. For the most part, we haven't learned how to change. We haven't learned how to adapt to change. Many of you have been eating and dieting for many, many, many years. You still haven't got control of it. Your A1C is still high. And you can't figure out how to get control of it. And now there's all kind of stuff out there on the market, drugs, pharmaceuticals that you can inject yourself with every day to help you lose the weight. And you really don't, I have to say this, it's going to be helpful for some. It always is. Garage door open. But for many, it probably won't be. So What are the natural steps that we can take as it relates to how we feed ourselves to protect ourselves? That's what has to happen. Most of you know nothing about food groups. You just eat. You don't know what kind of food you're eating, when you're eating, or while you're eating. You don't know whether it's a carbohydrate, whether it's a fat, whether it's a protein. Most of you don't. And you don't know what the effects of the foods are that you're putting in the body, the long range effects of the food. Or you can do things one day, 2 days, and you're all right with certain foods in certain food groups. But when you start doing it every day, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, this starts to take its toll. So some of you, let me ask you a question. How many pounds are you supposed to be overweight at 50? How many pounds are you supposed to be overweight at 30 or 40? You know you're not supposed to be overweight at any of those pounds. But many of us are because of the diet that we have today. And I'm saying to you, I'm going to come back and talk to you all again because I don't want to keep you too long. I lose you. I know what your attention span is today. Most of these foods that we're consuming today, the carbohydrates, when I say carbohydrates, I'm talking about the pizza, the pasta, the cakes, the rolls, the cookies, the soda crackers, the potato chips, the corn chips. Those things. They're the ones that's taking their toll on us. They're the ones that's causing the obesity. And once you start to become obese, there's so many things that start to happen. Your medical doctor can tell you there's a complex inside this obesity thing that once it gets to that mid-ridge bulge down here around your weight, then all kind of things can start to happen to you. So here's what I'm saying to you. Watch your sugars and your starches. First and foremost, let me do this for you. Any of you all can call that number and catch me. You can leave a message on my site and I'll get back to you. If you want some additional help, and most of us, all of us need help. We can't get by without help, whether it's you listening to this type of transmission to you, or whether you're reading a book, or whether you're in a workshop with somebody that has a little bit more knowledge than you that can share something with you, and you are amenable to suggestion, then you can get some help. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. The food groups, I want to continue on with the food groups, but don't forget those 4 laws that I talked to you about. The law of accident, the law of luck, the law of fate, and the law of cause and effect. And the law of cause and effect is the one that you can use to change your life any day of the week that you want to. We'll bring back to you as time goes on other places where you can get it. I do workshops, how you can get in touch with me. Early in the morning, you got to break the sleep to catch up with me. But if you're willing to pay the price, there's a promise. So look, some of the things that you need to be using on a regular basis to help you with your health, go there, drnuriddin.com. If you literally really want some help with some of these things that I'm sharing with you, you can call me. 336-852-3040. That's 336-852-3040. If you miss me, leave a message. I'll call you back. As always, it's a pleasure talking to you. I look forward to talking to you all again the next time. God's peace be on you. We say it in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum. You all have a healthy and pleasant day.